Yo, it's Zeus. Triple H, honest, humble, handsome, straight facts. MAGA faithful. Your time's up, hypocrites, liars. Pack your bags. Straight to hell. No return. Let's annihilate. MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Hypocrites crying while your dear leader casts a spell. Racist, misogynist, sedition on the 6th. Epstein territory, warmonger, make them twitch.
What about my eggs? What about my gas? Groceries high as hell. You blame Biden, blame Kamala, now Trump's ringing the bell. Tariffs on Liberation Day, I ran war, sky high prices. Your lies exposed, no disguises. Zeus sends you to the vices to hell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Triple H annihilate, ring the funeral bell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Ring the funeral bell.
You claim the high road, but walk with the worst. Racism in your veins, misogyny rehearsed. January 6th edition, storming like a mob. Further right, Epstein files, birds of the same flock. Warmonger dreams, bombs dropping on Iran. Gas prices skyrocket, feel the pain in every skin. You scream by Biden's eggs, Kamala's grocery cart. Now under your king, inflation tearing worlds apart. Honest, Zeus here, humble but precise. You flip the script daily, living in denial and vice. Most handsome truth teller, exposing every lie. MAGA man slipping, watch your empire die.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Send them straight to hell.
Yeah, Liberation Day tariffs, you called it victory grand. Now shelves empty, costs rising across the land. Complaints you heard at the left, now triple under Trump. Gas through the roof from the war that you trumped. Hypocrites unified in selective memory, ignore the facts. Bow to your leaders' felony, from border rants to endless grieving shows. Zeus annihilates, expose, decompose.
Handsome, honest, humble, the triple threat complete. You MAGA pawns, scattered, defeated in defeat. No redemption, arc, your path leads below. Straight to hell's gates where the real fires glow.
Every accusation you leveled at the other side bounces back harder. Can't run, can't hide. Racism, misogyny, sedition, endless war. Your dear leader delivers worse than before. Zeus speaks truth, no filter, no fear. Social media's beacon crystal clear. Pack your hypocrisy, your lies, your disdain. The descent begins eternal flame.
MAGA to the
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell.
Zeus wins, Triple H reigns.
Honest, humble, handsome, forever unchanged. MAGA straight to hell. MAGA straight to hell.
To hell. To hell.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Yes, we are back in Escape. You all had a great weekend. Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming,
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every
morning.
week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class.
You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas.
I play the game so wrong, I won't finish last. Hope you all had a great weekend.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you get your
Hey,
the algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
let's go.
Benjamin Franklin is my plastic. And if they use my
W, Marissa, wow.
they don't get me pumped.
Come here, Uncle Trey.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip.
Here goes.
I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's
That's a
house in
lie.
couple of
They always
days.
watch what I
That
do.
shit was
Please
radical.
keep it clean. Very
It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone. Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh,
It's like deja vu.
you see how they talk about
It's
you?
like deja vu.
They call you everything but a child of
It's
God,
like
right?
deja vu.
And they call themselves
Like
Christians.
deja vu.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Hope you all had a great weekend. Good morning, Disney Mom. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome to do the real work that it takes to continue to save the United States of America, including actually the rest of the world. And the way we're doing it is by basically highlighting the wrong things, the war crimes that the Trump administration is doing, the corruption that the Trump administration is doing, and then we also highlight how just deranged and unhinged a lot of his supporters are, because believe it or not, America would be a lot further in terms of becoming more of a perfect union if him and his supporters would just simply be honest and be decent people and actually live up to the lies that they try to portray that they're living up to. And so what we'll do is we'll kick things off by kind of going through some content together, and then I'll be the one leading the charge and making sure we all get to the bottom of it, especially when it comes to pointing out the hypocrisy, the lies, and actually and telling what the truth is. But I also have amazing people that help me out, right? You all in the chat. Now, you say, well, who are you to do that? And that's a great question. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Does anybody know why? Good morning, Shay. Oh, they hate it when I say it, but I have to say it. You never know. The first H is because I am honest. Yeah, I'm the most honest person on social media. Got all these screens going on over here. The second H is it's because I am humble. Yeah, I'm the most humble person on social media. There's nobody more humble than me. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. I think that's the right thing to do. W's in the chat for Rick. The problem is, in this country, a lot of the folks on the right refuse to admit that they're wrong. And so what that ends up, it's the best illustration I could give you. It's like you're going down the street, you're going in a new city or a new state, so to speak, and you're asking for directions, right? Hey, could you tell me the way to get to here? And you're talking to your significant other. Now, he knows he doesn't know where he's going. He knows it. But, if you look at the way the relationship was built, he also understands he's been lying to you for a long time. That's his stick. You know what I'm saying? So, do you know where we're going? No. He'll tell you, he'll say, yeah, I know where I'm going. He doesn't know where he's going. So what ends up happening is you end up basically driving through Death Valley. I don't know if you've heard about this. You start driving through Death Valley, and anybody that's been through Death Valley, you already know that's the worst situation to be in. A driver who's pretending like they know where they're going, right? Right? And guess what happens? 6 o'clock news, so-and-so and his family and the kids are missing, all because he couldn't simply say, I don't know where I'm going, right? And this is what we're dealing with in this country. And that's why I say a lot of you need to practice, honestly, being a little bit more humble like Big Zeus, all right? Because I would never let that happen, all right? W Zeus. If I don't know where I'm going, hey, stop this thing right here, all right? We're not going Death Valley. They call it Death Valley for a reason. I get it, all right? But then we get to the last H, ladies and gentlemen, right, Kabir? It's no joke. And then we get to the last H. It's because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Yeah. Yes. And so now that we've gotten that all out of the way, the main thing we do on this show is we keep the engagement levels high to the sky. And you know what that means? Making sure you tap the screen, share the live, or send diamonds if you can. Now, the sharing of the screen is probably one of the most critical things too, because what I have found is you must share shows like this with any Trump supporter you know. And trust me, I know we all have to deal with them. They live amongst us, they walk amongst us, and they pretend like they're your friends. But these folks aren't nothing but shapeshifters, all right? And send it to them and just watch how they react, all right? Because what I do is I will say what a lot of people probably say, oh, Zeus, maybe you shouldn't have said that, right? Because, they want you to be, politically correct. I'm not really to be politically correct. How many of you think I'm not going to, listen, I am, and I can get into trouble. You know what? Let me go ahead and close the doors to the Thunderdome before I say what I need to say. All right, so do I have any Trump supporters out there? Let me just go ahead and give you a PSA announcement. If you can't handle the truth, right? And you get easily, somebody says something and it makes you feel uncomfortable. They'll say something like this: oh, conservative white men are racist. And that makes you go, oh, see, there he goes again. Just leave my show right now, because there's a lot more where that came from. All right, I promise you, I'm going to tell you a lot of the truth, whether you like it or not. All right, and I promise you, it will hurt your feelings. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
that's my favorite part.
Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they have officially closed, and I will take no responsibility for feelings that might get hurt. Chris, thank you. You just got the show off the ground, Chris. Thank you. Donald Trump is giving a press conference right now, participating in a launch of the Trump accounts. I really not I'm monitoring it, but what I want to do is get to the Q&A section, hopefully, and we'll be able to listen to some of the questions that he's asked and how he responds to them in short order. But in the meantime, I just got to say this. Whoever, because there's kids there. Did you see this? There's kids in the room. Every single one of the parents of those children, or whoever the guardian or supervisor is, you deserve to be sent straight to hell. I wish I could do it on this show, because, you know, I've sent so many people to hell on my show. But I'll say this. What kind of person would allow their children around Donald Trump? Right? I mean, the man's in the Epstein files. You've seen it. His name is in the files more than Jesus' name is in the Bible. And yet, for some money, you will go take your children around this. Like I said, I really am just, I'm not shocked anymore. I'm actually, it's par for the course, so to speak. It just shows you that these are some of the most soulless, sick individuals I have ever seen in my life. Shame on you. Straight Facts Raid, thank you. But let me go ahead and say this to my fellow Democrats. All right. So over the weekend, I know a lot of you saw what took place in Washington, D.C. via Donald J. Trump and his legion of demons, who once again descended, I should say, up on the Capitol to disgrace this country in ways that many of us, we knew it was coming. And we all saw the Triple K show up. Did you see the Triple K show up? Yeah, the Patriot Front and all these other far-right white supremacist groups. Where are the Trump supporters at? Any Trump supporter out there want to come up here and denounce what they saw? Because those people were invited by, we know who invited them, right? Any Trump supporters out there want to come up and speak on it real quick? Because every time racism becomes an issue, right? For instance, I'll say to a Trump person, why did you vote? Why did you vote for Donald Trump, knowing that he did a terrible job in his first term? The answer, what's the answer to that question? I'll tell you. Because I couldn't bring myself to vote for a woman, a black woman at that. That's the only answer, and it's the truth. Every single Trump supporter who voted for Donald Trump this last election cycle, they did it because they could not vote for a black woman. And that goes for Blagga too. So, with that being the case, they don't like us to talk about racism. They say, oh, Zeus, Morgan Freeman. Remember Snuggy Wuggy? Used to, oh, and Wild Man Grinder 69. Zeus, why don't you just stop talking about it? Well, how can we stop talking about it when that's all you got right now? That's the thing that that's the glue. That's the glue that keeps MAGA together, the racism. So we saw the Patriot Front. And now I showed this video. I did a video. All right. And we saw a lot of things over the weekend. I'll do this. I'll show it to you real quick. Let me see if I can show you some of this content. Let's see. We saw this, right?
We are Trump supporters and support Donald Trump.
Remember this?
Happy 250th birthday, America. We love being the worst of the worst and scum of the earth for our dear.
Yeah, I showed you this. I did a video of this for you. Look at this one.
We are Trump supporters and support Donald Trump. Happy 250th birthday, America. We love being the worst of the worst and scum of the earth for our dear leader.
Now, I posted the video. And obviously it's AI. And I said, okay, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. If Big Zeus, I got to ask the kingdom, I got to make sure the kingdom understands this. We are not dealing with reasonable individuals with MAGA, right? Are we on the same page about this? When you're not dealing with reasonable people, you got to start playing the game with, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, it is AI, but am I wrong? It's AI, but am I wrong? No, let's be honest. Am I wrong? Because doesn't Donald Trump use AI? Doesn't he use AI? We cannot continue to try to act like this is going to be a clean game. The man's getting FIFA to overturn red card violations. We got to get busy out here, Democrats. Come on now. Don't leave a comment and say that that's AI. What I need y'all to do is say, thank you, Zeus, for giving us the visual of what MAGA is, and then you take that and you go and repost that and you tell those demons out there, yes, that is true. Yes. I don't know how Zeus got that footage, but yes, Zeus, please give us more of this, because we're not dealing with reasonable people. So that's a huge W, Zeus. Thank you. And I mean, seriously, am I right, VIP? I'm sitting there going, I appreciate all of you, but I'm going, yo, please stop saying it's AI. You know these folks can't think. Their brains are scrambled. You got to hit these folks below the belt. You got to make it hurt. You got to make it hurt. Come on. All right, right, VIP? Look at this macaroni phony, totally lonely homie. He's back. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. What a disgrace. What is this? Hold on. Uh-oh. I mean, and this is what I'm saying.
People and pretty wealthy people and very wealthy.
Look at him.
Companies and I'm getting called everybody.
He's giving his press conference now. Hold on. See, this is what I'm talking about. You cannot listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, especially to my fellow Democrats. You cannot pretend like this is all about the truth. We are in a nasty, nasty fight right now. This man is going to do everything he can to stay in power, him and the Republicans. They are going to be actually, I know they will, sending ICE agents to the voting booths. They've already done as much gerrymandering as they can. I mean, the list goes on and on. He wants to do the Save America Act now. All this voter suppression effort. He's throwing all this misinformation and disinformation in AI. If you all don't get in the game right now, get your heads in the game and stop playing with these folks. These folks, they're not playing fair. All right, after the midterms, we can have the conversation about Zeus. Was that acceptable? Was that fair? All right, I'll deal with it because I'm a humble person. But for right now, when you see these demons in the wild, let's just be upfront about what they are. They are truly, honestly, the worst of the worst and the scum of the earth. And if you have a problem with that, all I can say is bring me evidence to prove otherwise. I promise you can't. All right, let's see what he's talking about real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let's see what he's talking about. There he goes right here. There you go. Oh, yeah, here he goes. There you go. Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties.
Was, in my opinion, going to be an easier one because I know both heads. I didn't know most of the heads. I did India. I did Pakistan. I did others. That could have been a real bad one. Nuclear. That was going to be nuclear. That could have been, as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, could have been 40 million people would have been killed, maybe 50 million.
Yeah.
They had shot down 11 planes. It was raging for 4 days, and I got it stopped. And I did that, but this is one that I think we're getting much closer than people realize, and President Putin wants it to end. I will tell you that very strongly. A good call. And President Zelensky actually wants it to end now. And we're going to be going to NATO, and we're going to be talking about it. And
wasting taxpayer dollars again.
I think we're going to get it ended. It's been a terrible situation. Think of this. 25,000 people, 2 months ago, 25,000 people were killed, 1 month soldiers. Last month set the record. 36,000 people were killed in 1 month. Young soldiers, they go off to war and they're dead before the first weekends. It's drone technology. Michael, who would have thought that drones would have become such a factor in They're killing machines. It's amazing. It's amazing. You hide behind a tree and it goes and gets you.
Wow.
And I've seen scenes that I don't want to see. I don't want you to see them on that battlefield. You know, you hear about the Civil War. You hear about all of these different terrible wars, but this is really horrible. So I had a very good call, and I think we're getting close to getting it done.
Mr. President, on the economy, you're going to refocus, it seems, in June to talk about your economic policies. When do you think that message will change the perception of Americans related to the economy?
Well, I think people know. Look, oil is now at a level that it was, I think it's even lower on a barrel basis.
You think?
Than it was before we started. We've gotten concessions. Now, they have to hold those concessions, but there'll be no nuclear weapon.
Oh.
We're going to be getting the, as I call it, dust, the enriched material.
Wow.
Nuclear dust, I
Y'all
call
still
it.
fall for this, MAGA?
Seems to have taken off, but it's enriched material. We're getting it. We're getting it. I went in for one reason, very strongly, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Wow.
I'm not looking for regime change, although this is regime change. The first regime is gone. The second regime is gone. And I think the third regime is more reasonable, but we'll find out. But we've destroyed their, as you know, completely destroyed 150. They had 159 ships. Every single ship is at the bottom of the sea.
So you notice he's not giving us any updates, any positive news about the economy, right, Gregory? And you're going to say, good job, Trump. Gregory, are you okay? Are
Kevin,
you listening?
and a lot of people were saying that oil could go to $300, $350 a barrel. But one of the reasons that prediction wasn't right is we were taking out on average of 10, but sometimes less, sometimes more. 3 weeks ago, we had a night, 22 ships came out of the Strait. And the famous Strait of Hormuz, nobody ever heard of.
Can't even talk
but
right this morning.
It is a...
Whatever he's taking, obviously, it's not connected to the way his mouth moves. It's sad watching this.
Everything looks small.
Worse than
no,
Biden.
Wait. And we took out so much oil that people didn't know, and it was only took a month and a half. They finally found out they had no radar because their radar was destroyed. So we took them out late at night with no lights, with no nothing. And our great Navy, which did the greatest blockade anyone's ever seen, not one ship got through in 2 months. And we then freed up the blockade because we're close to maybe making a deal. I don't know. We'll make either. Look, we're going to win one way or the other. We're either going to make a deal or we're going to finish the job, okay? And it won't be tough to finish the job. I'd rather make a deal because I don't want to affect 91 million people. We can knock down their bridges in 1 hour. We can knock out their energy supply, all of those big plants that they built, big, beautiful, modern plants. They had a lot of money. They don't have any money now. We haven't given them any money.
Lies.
But we can knock out their electricity and power generating plants in, I would say, a small part of an afternoon.
What?
Every plant will be gone.
What?
And they know that.
What?
They know that.
Sad. Embarrassing.
Daniel, go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much.
No, right behind you.
Look at the kids.
You know why? He's a friendly voice.
Look at those kids right there.
I wanted to thank you first and foremost for the Trump account.
You see?
That's
what I call a reporter. He's actually a great reporter.
So he'll directly benefit from the accounts.
Good. Thank you.
Fast forward 18 years from now, and a lot of these kids are 18, and they look at the Trump accounts and they see hundreds of thousands of dollars. What lesson do you hope they'll walk away from and think about you regarding this program? And do you think this will go down as one of, if not the signature policy achievements of your
I hope so. I think it will. I really believe it's going to be one. I think we've done a lot of great things. But I think this will be one of the top.
Yeah, this is war crime.
It's going to teach children to be entrepreneurial as opposed to the threat of communism that you're seeing. This is not social democrats, by the way. That's a beautiful. We're social democrats, they say. They're not social. They're communists. They want to destroy our country. We're not going to let that happen. But this helps, even from the parent standpoint. You know, they see their child.
How do you say that in front of kids?
Richer and richer as the market goes up. If it goes down, they don't lose anything. They make money. They have money. But if it goes up, they could become actually rich, and the parents are going to be watching. And we're all going to be watching, and we're part of a very big and very beautiful game. It's going to bring them into the mainstream. It's going to bring them into recognizing, like Michael Dell. I said, how the hell did you start this thing? What he built is incredible. Now his product is great. But as he said, he made them, I guess, laptops. He made a better laptop.
Here he goes again.
On his bed in a dorm than they sold in the store. So he started selling them, I guess, probably during college. I don't know where the hell you started selling them, but you sold a lot of them. And it just cascaded. And then his greatest deal.
This isn't a national embarrassment right here.
That was probably his most important thing. And they have great children, great everything. But, it's a beautiful story.
Rick.
Think of it. They gave $6,250,000,000.
What?
And there's a rumor he's giving more. I don't know if it's true. I'm not holding him. I mean, it's hard to say. Hey, how about doubling up, right? But think of that. And started with no money. He had a great brain, which is, that's better than money, I think. But, it's like an amazing story. And that can happen with other people. Maybe not to that extent. Maybe there could be a few
Trump
to that
supporter
extent,
can understand
but
this.
Not to that extent.
What is he talking
but
about?
That can happen with some of the people here. Some children living in poverty.
What?
It can happen. And now they have a real chance. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. Yeah,
No answer.
I wanted to ask you, can you describe your phone call with Gianni Infantino about the red card? And Belgium is appealing the decision. What's your reaction?
You're asking me about the whole soccer thing? So, yeah, I did. I
Look
spoke
at
to
this
Gianni,
corruption.
who's highly respected, who's produced the most successful World Cup in history by, they say, 4 times. This isn't just a success. I actually said, Johnny, we've got all these games. Each one is turning out to be a Super Bowl. And we have all these games. When you think of it, every game is like a Super Bowl. Yes, I watched last night. What a game that was with Mexico and England. I mean, 2 countries, I don't know the players, although I think Kane is a great player. See, I played golf with him, and I like him a lot. He's a good golfer. But he's really great. But I watched, and no reason for me to watch, and you couldn't take your eyes off the game. Because I said, Johnny, you have all these games, because they added games. In a country where really it's not our main sport, to put it mildly.
This is crazy.
And this has been 4 times more successful. He told me last night, the numbers are 4 times greater. They think 50 or 60 million people are going to be watching the game tonight. I mean, this is getting to be Super Bowl numbers. But you have a game tonight, and they're projecting a minimum of 50 million people watching a game. We call it soccer. It's called football, I guess, but we can't really call it
that's
football
smart,
'cause
Donnie.
there's a little confusion. So yeah, you call it soccer. We're the only ones that do that.
Your
but we have
supporters
football.
got to be impressed.
And football's great. But I've never seen anything like it. So I saw the play, and I'm a person that loves sports, who's a good athlete. And
really?
I understand sports really well, really well.
He's a good athlete.
And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was 2 guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other.
Wow.
You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were 2 great athletes that got tangled up.
Unbelievable.
And this referee, who is a little bit suspect.
Oh, he's a radical leftist.
If you check his past.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy.
Yes, wow.
But very suspect. Like I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. Even people on the other side, they say, oh, we got lucky. Wow, that's...
What?
And it's very interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion. And I never realized that. I never heard of that before. That they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck, or you'll see something.
Wow.
Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like 2 guys collided, which is really what happened. They got sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong. And he's our best player, or one of our best players.
Wow.
And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant.
Unbelievable.
I didn't think it meant much.
I can't.
Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play.
Wow.
That's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So
Whoa.
Yes, I asked for a review by FIFA.
Wow.
I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold.
Wow.
And he was good before this started, but you know, he really pushed it in this country. I'm the one that got them to do it. It was not Biden. Biden was asleep. I got him to do it. In fact, it was very sad because I got him to do it.
Wow.
And if the progression was normal, I would have been retired now. The Democrats are saying, man, we should have just let him have his way. We would have had him gone. But
the Democrats.
I said, you know, the saddest thing is I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup.
Oh.
I tried to claim 250 years too, but that didn't work. They said, that one is what it is. No, I tried, but it didn't work. But wait. So I got him. I was so proud of it. And then I realized, you know, I wouldn't be president during that because I would have been out of office by that time. I felt badly. The beautiful thing about what I did is I ran. I never thought of it. And then all of a sudden I realized, you know, I just got the Olympics, and I totally got that myself. And I just got FIFA. I got that myself. We gave a little piece to Canada, gave a little piece to Mexico.
What?
I got that myself. And a lot of people helped, like that man right there, Kevin. A lot of people, you know that. We worked hard on that, and we got it. But what we didn't know is how successful it was going to be. I didn't know. I said, Johnny, is anyone going to show up? Because, you know, we're not really, I think soccer's doing much better, but I couldn't imagine. If you would have said to any very smart of these, like people like this, that the numbers they're doing now would be happening, they've never seen anything like it. Think of it. Take the most successful Olympics or the most successful FIFA, and you look at what's happened. You look at the numbers for this in the United States, just compared to FIFA, and it's numerous times more.
Unbelievable.
It's not like 10% more, 2% more, 5% more, which is more expected. It's like 4 times more successful than anything they've ever done. In fact, I said to Johnny, let's do it again next time. And he said, that would be hard. I said, no, you do it again. But at the same time, you give it to somebody else for the next one. I don't know. It's a little crazy idea. But all I did,
wow.
I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. And, you know, again, I'm good at this stuff. I didn't think it was a foul. I thought it was 2 great athletes that crashed into each other and got entangled. That was not a guy punching somebody in the face or anything that, you know, would be different. And I think it's a terrible, if they wouldn't allow, you know, a top player, maybe the best, maybe just among the best players on the team to play, I think it would have had a big stain. And I related just that feel. I didn't tell him what to do. I can't tell him what to do, but I don't believe he made the decision. I think it was a committee that made the decision, and they made the right decision because number one, it wasn't a foul, and you want to see a game with your best players. You don't want to say, "How would you feel if I took, you know, we take
just answer the
Messi
question
out? Look, you know, he ran into somebody, or we took Ronaldo, you bunked into somebody. We're going to take you out of a game. He's great. Well, Harry Kane, we're going to take you out of the game, Harry, because you happen to hit somebody a little bit harder than.
Unbelievable.
You can't do that.
Wow.
If you would have taken him out, I think it would have really stained this incredible champion. We got to have our best players, and Belgium's got a great team, by the way. We got to have our best players, and they have to have their best. And if we win or we lose, it's fair. Otherwise, let's say we lost him and we lose the game. It would be a terrible thing. So I think they made a really brilliant decision. I think the referee's call was horrible.
Wow.
Nobody talks about that. They talk about the red card like it's fine. Nobody talks. The referee's decision.
Wow.
Red card. I didn't know what the hell a red card was. When I found out, I said, you got to be kidding.
Of
this guy just hands up. Okay, your best player is not going to play next week or in the next game. I said, wow, that's a lot of power. That's terrible.
Wow.
But then I looked at his past.
You looked
and
I've heard it all.
It wasn't so great. Okay.
Wow.
Everybody talked to the Belgian Prime Minister before the game.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, how do you wrap your brain around that? I mean, you can just the referee is the problem. you know sports better than anybody else. You used to play sports. I think I heard him bring Joe Biden into it. As far as I'm concerned, if I was in the player situation, I wouldn't even play the game. I wouldn't even play. It's just too nasty. You're not going to get the respect that you really, really deserve if you play this game and the outcome turns out to be the United States wins. It's never going to work. And if you lose, you know, at least you get to lose with your respect and your honor. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, my head hurts too. But this is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what we're dealing with. Incompetence.
Particularly that crowd, to get them to participate in.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. How many people's heads hurt because they've listened to that demon talk just now? Oh my gosh. W. Zeus. Are you Trump supporters okay with him and the corruption with FIFA? Any Trump supporters okay with that? I mean, you just heard, at least it had to have been 30, 40-minute explanation on why he feels he has the right to overturn a sports-related red card, you know, because it's soccer. And then he actually explained what soccer was to some of you supporters out there that don't know what it is. And you don't see anything wrong with it. This is the problem with the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. Not one of you Trump supporters has the courage. You need your migraine meds. Where are the Trump supporters at? I would love for them to come up here and show and tell me why they think the referee rigged the game. You see them blaming the ref. The referee has a checkered past. Yeah, he made a call in the past that, you know, it's just never sat well with me. You know, it was just two guys randomly colliding with each other. How can you take your best player out of the game? I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, wait a minute. Isn't that how sports work, right? Referee calls something, it's part of the game. The referee calls it, then it is what it is, whether we like it or not. Wow.
That was my idea, because we have an old grid. It's tired, it's old. It would take years to fix it.
Okay.
And now we're actually taking the excess.
It's hard to keep up with it, all right? I don't know. Do we keep listening to Trump or do we move on, ladies and gentlemen? What do we think? Okay, I'll figure it out. I'm monitoring this because I have to usually keep up with what he does. But somebody said move on. All right, it doesn't take long. You all hate this man. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, think about it. He gets to get away with making up lies like this all the time. All right, so let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and let's talk about, yeah, we get dumber, listen to it. All right, W's to the chat. So, what took place over the weekend outside of the Trump supporters showing the world that, yes, they're still racist and misogynist was a story that came from a Trump supporter, all right? And what she describes took place, ladies and gentlemen, at the Capitol. I did a video about it, but let's really talk about this because I really don't think she understands how ridiculous she sounds. She's actually describing what took place between the supporters and Secret Service. And at one point she said she found a bag of chips and then she started to eat it.
Mall for President Trump's Salute to America for America 250. I was so excited to get a ticket.
Yeah.
Everything's going great. And then this huge storm's coming in and they told everybody to evacuate.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knew what that meant because we're like, how do you evacuate a mall? And so nobody really did it. We all kind of just hung out and it's not raining yet, so nobody really understood what was going on. And then a bunch of really psycho people, my fellow citizens, started running to the seats.
A bunch of psycho people, aka Trump supporters. So once again, this goes back to what happened on January 6th. Isn't it interesting, MAGA? The same folks that were there on January 6th are like the same folks that were there on the 4th of July. Isn't that interesting? And the same culprits were involved. This time, I didn't hear anything about Nancy Pelosi, though.
Crazy, as if they're running away from something, which was my first instinct about the whole situation. I'm eating potato chips that are somebody left half empty because I'm that hungry.
Who eats somebody's leftover potato chips? What kind of creature does this? Scavenger-like behavior. Behavior. And I sat back and I looked at this and I said, You can't make stuff like this up.
So when that happened, it really freaked out the Secret Service, and they're behind me, so I'm going to keep walking. I'm told by a law enforcement official that they're going to start gassing people.
They're going to start gassing people. MAGA. I've always told you Trump supporters, stay away from Donald Trump's events. They're dangerous. You saw what happened with Herman Cain, right? You see, super spreader. You've seen what happened at the rally he gave in Vegas. The temperature was like 300 degrees pretty much, and people started fainting and passing out. And then you know what happened in Butler. Yeah, because, you know, a lot of people say that wasn't really a true thing. It was staged. And so, but all the time, and even January 6th, every single one of these events, Trump supporters usually end up bearing the brunt of the pain and the violence. And so what she points out now, Secret Service was supposedly gassing you? Wow.
People got trampled. It looked like it was going to happen, and it did happen. And anyway, so then they got really forceful about the evacuation situation.
Yeah.
And like, we're really yelling at people to get out of here. So I'm getting out of here because of the MAG, and I really don't know what to do. Because they've given us some government buildings to go to.
Right here.
The African American Museum, which is a couple blocks that way.
So she has to go to the African American Museum to get shelter because the Secret Service is gassing supporters of Donald Trump. Think about the irony. Think about all the irony of all of this, right? And you're sitting there eating somebody's bag of chips like some sort of scavenger animal. This was, ladies and gentlemen, what Donald Trump had in mind for every single one of his supporters. That's a huge W, Zeus. I love hearing stories like this. Somebody wrote a possum. Somebody wrote possum. Yeah, that's sad. Macaroni Tony, this is the kind of behavior you're into. I get it. And then we see this, ladies and gentlemen. You can just see, this is the amount of, this is the amount of smoke. Look at the smoke that they had filling the air. Imagine those of you, you know, you got pets, you know, people with medical issues. Donald Trump didn't care. This is way more important to him. Clouding the sky with pure pollution. And actually they said Washington, D.C. experienced a cold red air quality after the massive fireworks display. You can't, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. And it goes back to my main point, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. Everything Donald Trump does is designed to destroy his supporters. As much as I love to just challenge them and, you know, make them see the light, I have came to peace with the reality that a lot of you will not be on the face of the earth by the time this man's done. You won't be, because your loyalty, your blind loyalty, is going to lead you to, you know, basically unalivement, right? Am I right, W. Zeus? Yeah. And so, you know, with that being said, WVIP. Oh my God, look at the time. Look at, I didn't know how much time was flying. You see, it's hard to do a show and then you got to keep it with main events, but you know, it must go on. The show must go on. With that being said, I need to share this other last clip with you, and then we'll open up the boxes because I do want to hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the truth. And all I can say is if you're a Trump supporter, WVIP. This is a left-leaning broadcast, and so we do not have a high tolerance for misinformation. The main thing is, if you can't bring evidence to support any of the nonsense that you're saying, then you know what we're going to do. We're going to drop you like a bad habit. Let's watch this, and it came on MS Now. It's hilarious, though. Ex-Trump supporters explaining why they left the MAGA movement. All right, and this is an interesting WVIP. This is interesting only in the sense that I'm watching this, and you know how I feel about, you know what I feel, because they still won't say what needs to be said, and we'll talk about that.
Deep were you? I was as deep as separating from the president about what pushed him out of the MAGA movement.
When you were a part of the MAGA movement, how deep were you?
I was as deep as anyone could have been. I was an aspiring MAGA pundit. I had bylines in places like Fox and The Federalist. I spoke at Trump groups. I was a donor on the campaign. I was unapologetically a MAGA and Trump supporter.
Rich Logus is the founder and CEO of Leaving MAGA, a nonprofit for those disillusioned by the movement. The group, which Logus says is funded entirely by small donors, provides support groups, de-radicalization resources, and a platform for members to share their experiences. To get a better understanding of what makes people leave MAGA, we heard from an array of the group's members.
I grew up really poor, so a lot of my friends' parents would be responsible for helping me get to prom or making sure I had, new shoes for school, and they were all MAGA. And it was very much this constant conversation of, if you want to have nice things, be a Republican.
I really wanted acceptance with my father, and my father was very much into Fox News, so that was something that we would connect on.
I became heavily indoctrinated into trad wife culture. We were all absolutely fine with household voting, and that
Wait, so just to clarify, for people who don't know, household voting means the woman does not vote.
So the SAVE Act, in essence, is to take that right away from women.
In 2015 and 16, I felt that the two parties were the same. And even though Trump ran as a Republican, I was very enticed by his outsider status.
Angus, these are not Democrats. You can actually go find this guy on TikTok, right? You can go watch him say, these are people, honestly. If anything, they must have heard the words of Big Zeus. If anything, they must have heard the words of Big Zeus.
Heard Trump claim that the election had been stolen. Were any of you like, yeah, they stole this election, Trump won? Yeah.
I did believe that.
Look at the way his eyes look. You can't tell me. Thank you, Ange. All right, get Angus. Angus, we don't need to see you in the comment section. Gregory, none of you demons, we don't need you to write a thing, but look at those eyes. How many of you, I'm talking to my fellow Americans, real Americans, Democrats, real Republicans, real independents. How many of you have seen that look? How many of you have seen MAGA with that look in their eyes? Because, you can tell this is not a fake interview. A lot of us have argued with people with this look in their eye. All right. That means I blindly did support Donald Trump. His isn't as strong as it used to be when he was still supporting Trump. But look at how serious that belief is. So I don't want to hear anything from MAGA. I want you to just listen.
Election was stolen. I believe that the riots were actually, those were patriots. Until I actually switched off Fox News and started getting my news from other places, my information, that's when it finally hit.
What do you got to do to get out of the cult? You got to start getting your news and your information from other places. Think about that. Start expanding your horizons.
Diversifying their news turned out to be a common factor in leaving MAGA.
I met my now husband in 2021, and they made me watch a documentary on January 6th, and I didn't even know.
Wow, she even found love. Think about that. I'm used to be actually, I still am the love guru. I would never lead you astray by doing shows like this. I'm really trying to help you out find love, but you got to diversify your sources.
Happened on January 6th prior to the PBS documentary. And I looked at him and I said, Scott, did that really happen? And he was like, where have you been?
It's not easy to believe something firmly and then come to the conclusion that you've been wrong for many years. Was that hard for you?
Yes, yeah. That was something that I just couldn't square because I couldn't be wrong because I consider myself intelligent.
That's the part. How many of you have heard? Now, when he said this, I said, this got to be DJ. This has to be DJ.
Just couldn't square because I couldn't be wrong because I consider myself intelligent.
Right there. That's DJ. DJ considers himself intelligent. Blagga considers themselves intelligent. Angus considers themselves intelligent. But if you look at those eyes right there, you're not intelligent. You're deceived. There's a big difference between those two words now. And a lot of us, we see it. When I'm dealing with intelligent people, I don't need to use AI. We can just have a conversation about facts. But when we're dealing with people who aren't intelligent, alternative life forms, perhaps their language models have been built on misinformation and disinformation, then we use AI. We use AI as a learning instrument. All right. And so, again, just look at the faces of these folks.
I had believed that when Trump ran that he would be somebody who would be different as an outsider. I think that he was correct in pointing out a lot of the flaws of our political system. It just turned out, unfortunately, that he didn't try to solve those or remedy those ills, that he exacerbated them.
What would make a conservative white guy think such things? See, these are the questions that I often ponder while I'm sitting underneath an apple tree.
Let's talk about MAGA and about supporting Trump. It sounds like you're talking often about like a cult that's damaging,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But he's the president of the United States, and it's not a cult. It's like the dominant political ideology of the United States in this moment.
What MAGA does provide is a place where people feel seen and heard and validated. We used to say, we're not in the cult, the outside world is the cult, and we're not the crazies, the outside world are the crazies.
I mean, that reminds me of people who are battling addictions. People who are battling an addiction, they will make up any explanation to justify, being able to do what they have been doing. I know this, all right? And I heard that and I said, this is the situation we're dealing with in the United States. A lot of you don't even know it.
The group says that leaving MAGA often means losing relationships with loved ones, but it also teaches them to approach those loved ones with empathy.
When I left MAGA, like I said, I kicked the door open and jumped through. I had a heart full of hate, so I would just go on the offensive and attack anybody and everybody that still supported it. And I've learned over time that that's not going to change anybody. In fact, it's going to push people over. So I've learned to be that empathy, that voice of concern, that caring voice. You can do this. I did it.
Look at that red hat. How pathetic, ladies and gentlemen. That's a huge W, Zeus. All right. So let that be the moral of the day. If you are in the cult MAGA, you need to understand a couple of things. One, you're not going to find love while worshiping Donald Trump. You're not going to know the truth while following Donald Trump. The only way out is to diversify your sources, all right? And number 3, it's always W Zeus. Right, Maureen? Yeah. These are the situation that he didn't talk about, and I know that they need to, is, I'll say it, I didn't hear, and this is why I say they got a long path to go, a long path in terms of recovery. Not one time did they apologize for disrespecting Vice President Kamala Harris. See, until you really get to that point in your journey, it's not enough to just leave MAGA. No, you need to say, I did it. This is the way out. The reason that I didn't vote for Kamala Harris is because I couldn't bring myself to vote for a woman, a black woman at that, because of the misogyny and racism that is deeply rooted in my belief system. That's the only explanation. If you're not saying that, then I don't really believe you left the cult. W Zeus. I don't believe you've left the cult. I think at best, Trump let you down. That's at best. That's it. He just let you down. But no, you need to come to grips with the reality. Like I said before, how do you justify voting for Donald Trump when you lived through his first term? Every metric that he had, by the time his first term is over, it was in the trash. And then you say, yeah, I want more of that. It doesn't make sense unless you say to yourself, yeah, I did that because at the time when I went to vote, the idea that Kamala Harris would be my president, I just couldn't do it. So I really didn't, because that's what they say. I didn't have a choice. That's what a lot of them say. I didn't really have a choice. We had 2 bad candidates. No, you did not. No, you did not. Shame on you if you're using that as an excuse. W Zeus. All right. Let's open up those boxes this morning. Somebody wrote, where's Dame? I have not seen him. I haven't seen him. And I hope, because I'm I'm a good-hearted person. I hope he's really carrying his cross and finding Jesus or something. Because God is not to be mocked. Am I right? Am I right? All right. Hey, all right. Let's open up those boxes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and have some conversations with those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. Oh, welcome to the show, Nutty.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you doing, bro?
Doing well. Hope everyone is well. I wanted to say I hope everyone had a great extension of Juneteenth.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because again, I will never celebrate the 4th of July ever again. So when you know better, you do better. Right? When you know better, you do better. So that was an interesting clip that you played, Zeus. I hadn't seen that. I'll reach out to you later because I would like to get the link because I want to watch the whole thing. I would like to be able to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
But that's an interesting clip. And I think it was important that you played it this morning because MAGA needs to see other MAGA who have left the cult. They can do it too. So I'm in the state of misery. And I am seeing more and more billboards go up talking about leaving MAGA.
Really?
Which is surprising because I am in MAGA territory.
Yeah, MAGA.
I am in MAGA territory, but I'm seeing more and more billboards go up about leaving MAGA. I'm thrilled to see it. Now I hope people, take heed to it. But I wanted to talk about the World Cup. So obviously, I don't know anything about soccer other than I know how to spell it.
Yeah.
Because,
did you know it's called football? Did you know that?
Yes, I did know it's called football. Football, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. However, I know I'm going to tick some people off when I say this, but I don't care. I am not cheering for Team USA. I'm not cheering for Team USA. Now, if Team USA wins, I won't be upset about it because at the end of the day, the United States of America is my home.
Right.
Where I was born. And obviously, we want to see our home do well. But I am not cheering for the United States of America. If they win, great. If they go to the White House, I'm flipping them the double middle finger.
Whoa.
So here's the deal. I believe that the United States men's national team, they just got a disservice when Donald Trump inserted himself into the conversation. The fact is, from all accounts that I've seen, and I went back and watched some video, the player who got suspended, that man took it in grace. He didn't agree with it, obviously, but he took it in grace and said, it is what it is. He moved on. So did the team. But for Donald Trump to do what he did, let's just say tonight, if the United States win against Belgium, there's going to be an asterisk moving forward from the United States men's national team. That's not fair to the players.
Nope.
That's not fair to them.
Fuller needs to take a. He should say, or with all due, because he got to be politically correct. He should reject this and still sit it out. I think he should do that if he's really trying to protect his legacy.
You know what? I hear you. I just don't agree with you on that point. And here's why. Really? You got to look at it in the annals of the Super Bowl.
Really?
Right? You got to look at this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. In fact, who's to say, unlike the Super Bowl, who's to say he's ever going to get this opportunity again? It only comes around once every 4 years. Who's to say he's going to ever get this opportunity?
You know why I say that, Nutty? Because
I hear it.
His parents, he's a anchor baby. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So if you think about this from that perspective, this is somebody the Trump administration was trying to get rid of, but now all of a sudden, what I'm saying? He's playing both sides. He's became a political pawn.
So I hear you, and I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Fair enough. I'm just throwing that out there to see if that might stick. Anything might stick,
No, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying, but I'm saying as a player perspective, this man has worked incredibly hard to get where he is, and there's no guarantee that he's going to ever get this opportunity again because the United States suck at soccer. There's no guarantee. So the fact is that if he's allowed to play, he should play for his own personal whatever.
Wow.
He worked incredibly hard.
I agree
to
on that.
get where he is.
But just because you work hard
Trump,
does it mean that you should get away with cheating? Because is it cheating? Let's just go ahead and ask this: is this cheating? What Trump just did?
I believe it is cheating 100%.
Okay.
I don't believe that it was cheating on any. It didn't have anything to do with the men's national team. But yes, the fact that a leader of a nation, a host nation at that, called FIFA, we know that he's in deep with the FIFA president because FIFA is corrupt as corrupt can get. FIFA is a freaking cartel. That's what FIFA is.
Ooh.
But for him, and that's why he's friends with Donald Trump. See, you know that whole saying, birds of a feather
flock together. Wolves
that's
travel
why
in
he's
packs.
friends. That's why he's friends with Donald Trump. But the United States men's national team, they're going to have an asterisk next to their name, next to their legacy, especially if they beat Belgium tonight. Because if they beat Belgium tonight, this will have been the furthest the United States of America has ever gotten in a FIFA World Cup. Now there's going to be an asterisk next to the United States of America.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're pushing back on my position because I think there might, there's schools of thoughts for both sides of this, and it is what it is. But when the dust settles, like you said, it's going to be an asterisk next to his name.
And it's going to be an asterisk anyway because Trump opened his mouth.
What if they lose? Let's say, wouldn't it be nice though if the United States won today and he sat out? That would definitely, I would imagine, in terms of his reputation, that would show a lot of people, and it would keep the respect level for the United States high. I think sometimes in these situations, the players need to be smarter than Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not hard to do. Every player is smarter than Donald Trump.
Well,
But
he should listen. As hard as it is, you laid it out really nicely. This probably is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and he has to make the decision for himself and his family. I get all of that, but if you do the crime, what's the rest of it?
But see, he didn't do a crime.
They called it. They called it.
Listen, this is what
they called. They said crime.
Listen. I can't believe I'm actually going to admit in front of 1.1K people that I'm going to admit this. Y'all, I hope nobody's screen recording this.
No.
I actually agree with Donald Trump. I know. You know what, Zeus? It pained me to say it. I deserve the booze, but hear me out. I agree that the red card was a horrible call.
Okay.
I agree. I agree there.
Okay.
However, the player, he accepted it. He got suspended from that game and for the next game. The United States still won without him. They still won without him. In fact, I'm told that that there were two players that got suspended from the United States team, and that's why this win was such a big deal with Bosnia, because two players of the United States got kicked out of the game. They got two red cards.
Yeah, but what are you? I guess.
So my point.
What are we
point
teaching
is
our children with this?
My point is this,
because that's where I get to. What are we teaching our children?
I'm actually conceding to the point that the United States men's national team, they can still win without him, because they did. Now Belgium is a different team than Bosnia, sure, and I hear what you're saying. I just don't think that the player should be punished. The player didn't do this as far as calling FIFA. as far as calling FIFA saying blah, 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 he accepted it. So the fact that FIFA has changed reverse course and is allowing him to play, that's all I'm saying is yes, he should play. But I hear you. There's going to be an asterisk anyway because Donald Trump opened his mouth.
So what do you think your position is teaching the next generation of leaders? It's okay if you get suspended or a foul is called. It's okay for your parents or your principal to contact the referee and do what Donald Trump did. Is that the message you think we should be sending, or do you think?
No.
Because even if you want to say all of that stuff you were saying was going on in the background, you know how it goes. Refs sometimes do make bad calls.
He did make a bad
But
call.
that happens in every sport. If you want to play that game, that happens in every sport. And you know what? Sometimes it does go in a way you don't like for it to go, but you got to live with it. And in this particular situation, the reversal, if Donald Trump had nothing to do with it, then I could possibly say, you know what? They reviewed it, they looked at it, and they said they needed to make the right call, and they did it on their own. But when you have Donald Trump actively parading and running around here, actually taking credit for it, it changes as far as I'm concerned. I'm glad you believe what you believe, but for me, I'm like, I'm a competitive person. And I want all the glory to myself when it becomes, W Zeus, right? I don't want a W Zeus with an asterisk next to it. It's like that's like a glorified L. That's how I see it.
Okay, I think
so. He should say, "Hey, Donald Trump, this is you wanted to kick me out of the country with the birthright citizenship stuff now, right? And now you're about to make a play that involves me and some money because Trump's probably getting a kickback on all of this, and now I'm going to be used in this way." And you see people on the right propping up on social media, "Oh, he didn't have to worry about the red card. He had the Trump card." Oh.
And see, I think people are misunderstanding what I'm saying because I am not taking up for Donald Trump. What I'm saying as far as players on this level, they've worked hard to get where they are.
We agree.
If this was the Super Bowl, in American football, and the player got suspended in the Super Bowl, and by any means necessary, whomever made the call, if somehow Roger Goodell said, "Oh, I got a phone call from blah, blah, blah. We're going to review blah, blah, blah to see if this player can play." And he changed his mind. Y'all wouldn't be saying anything if that player was playing in the Super Bowl because it's not the player who did whatever. The player takes the responsibility, and he took the responsibility is all I'm saying. And so because of what this is, because it is the Super Bowl of the world football stage, he should play because he's worked too hard.
Oh,
he didn't do anything wrong. The player didn't do anything wrong. So my defense is for the player, not for what happened. It's for the player. My defense is solely for the player. And here's another thing that we have to take in consideration. These players are under contract. We don't even know if they have the ability to make the call to sit out of a game. We don't know if they have that ability. However, I don't care if he has the ability or not. The man has worked too damn hard to get where he is.
I think I get it. I think I'm trying to figure out why we're going so hard for this guy. Everybody that's playing, they've worked too darn hard.
Listen,
so that's not compelling enough.
But everyone who's playing didn't get suspended.
Yeah, but he did. You can't play it that way.
I'm specifically talking about him.
Yeah.
We can say the same thing about the other gentleman who got suspended because I've heard nothing about him.
But I don't know about the other gentleman that well, but I'll say this. If you want to use the angle that he's worked too darn hard, we would have to say every player on the team works too darn hard, right? Because to be at that level means you got to work hard. So that can't be it. What else is it? Because I know you're hiding something from Zeus. Show us your real hand, Nutty.
So in this case, then the United States should just forfeit tonight's game and call it a game. So in this case, the United States, because Donald Trump did what Donald Trump does, the United States should just forfeit to Belgium and let Belgium go ahead and move on.
No. The player still has the ability to say thank you, but I'm going to sit it out because I don't need to be in this, space, and he can do that. He can't stop Trump, but I really do believe
So why
it would be
are
a
we,
better if the player stood up and said, "Oh, wow, as much as he agrees with what you're saying, I'm not at fault, the refs, all these other stuff." He knows in his brain how this looks. He has to know. And he needs to make the right call for himself. That's all I'm saying.
all I'm saying is put yourself in his shoes.
I did. You see, I
Put
did that.
yourself in his shoes.
You
Put
you
yourself in his
you
shoes.
see, I did that. I said, listen, if we're talking about being the GOAT of anything, right? I couldn't imagine Michael Jordan doing this. I couldn't. I couldn't imagine
You
it.
don't think Michael Jordan would play?
No, it would have
Okay,
never came
so
to this. Number one, it would have never
well, it
came to
wouldn't
this.
have
But
never
then
come
number
to this.
two, you got to start thinking about the overall impact that this would have. Who would want to go down in the history books, years later, and when they bring your name up, you also have to be brought into, this Trump thing has to be brought up. No, absolutely not, bro. That's just me though. That's just me.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But again, like I said, and people can be pissed all they want. I'm not even rooting for the United States, so it is what it is. I
Yeah.
just on this level, I felt sorry for the player because again, yes, it was a horrible call, but again, he accepted the call. He didn't argue it. There is no appeal process, apparently, from what I understand. There's no appeal process. I think we can't hold the accountability on the player now because the player did what he was supposed to do. All of this controversy should land at the foot or the feet or the cankles of Donald Trump.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I think that it should, but ideally,
But I just feel like we're putting too much accountability, unwarranted accountability on this player. It is not up to this player to be political. After all, isn't it MAGA that kept saying keep politics out of our games?
Yeah, MAGA does say that. They say keep
So
the politics out of a lot of things.
So when we're asking for this player not to play, we're putting politics into the game. That's all I'm saying.
But you can't ignore this does look a certain type of way either.
I agree, y'all. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that assessment.
Somebody said Nutty is acting MAGA. Yeah, I told you. Sometimes it's called the Antifa demon. All right, and occasionally it rears its head. Sometimes he'll say stuff like this, and he'll even say things like he's more handsome than Zeus. Y'all know Nutty was crazy when y'all seen him.
Well, we all know the truth that I am, bro.
Y'all know Nutty was crazy. Let's just be honest. Who's surprised? Honestly, I'm a little surprised because you agreed with Donald Trump, and then you're saying the stuff that you're saying. And I'm going like,
I know. I only said I agree with Donald Trump that the call was horrible. That's the only thing I agree with Donald Trump.
That's an issue. But okay,
and you agree with Donald Trump on that too, because you say the call was horrible. Don't even.
They always. It's not about Zeus. It's not about Zeus.
No, it ain't about Zeus.
This is your argument. You got to stick to it. I don't agree with anything. And like I said, if he truly cares about it, and this is what I'll put on the player, the player has the burden all the time to navigate their future and their legacy. That's 100% on the player. You know what I'm saying? And so with that in mind, I think he needs to make the right call for his legacy. That's it. And he can't obfuscate that and put that on Donald Trump. He can't put that on FIFA. He has to put that on himself. And I get it. He's a black man in America too. And I feel a little sensitive about that. But I'm going, just no. If it's too questionable, bro.
No, why is it that black people always got to be perceived to do the right thing, in our opinion? Why is it that the onus are always on us? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
So you're
a
victim.
On us.
So you're a victim now. So you don't believe in having high standards.
It's not victimhood. And Sayon Coley said he's just looking for free FIFA tickets. Well, I got news for you, Mr. Coley. I get free FIFA tickets anyhow. So there, your argument is debunked.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I mean, Nutty, you've really I gotta meditate on this conversation, bro. It's interesting that you feel this way, but and I can tell you're very passionate about it, but I'm gonna still stand on what I stand on. Under no certain circumstances should Fuller actually participate in tonight's game. It's just too risky for his legacy. But if he does, that's the personal decision he's made for himself. I won't look at him the same. I won't. Even if if the United States wins today and it's a massive blowout, all I'm going to say is, yeah, that wouldn't have happened without Trump.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm standing 10 toes down. I don't care how many people say Nutty has lost credibility. Y'all say what you say. I don't care. But I don't feel like the onus should be on the player. He did nothing wrong. He didn't call Donald Trump up and say, "Hey, Mr. Trump, can you help me?" He didn't do that. So why are we scapegoating this man? This is what they play for.
Yeah.
This is what they play for.
I get it, but just because of all of that, it doesn't mean everything you're trying to get is guaranteed either. If, like I said, I played, you know what it's like when you're playing sports. There's always bad calls, and it is what it is. Imagine all the games that I've won. They go back and say, "Oh, well, you know what, Zeus? We're gonna go ahead and flip that over because there was a couple of bad calls." No, it is what it is. If you lost to me, then guess what? That means you're a loser. Case closed. And I'm going to be eating real good talking about how I beat you. That's just how it goes. You can blame the ref. You can say I cheated and all this other stuff. That's just part of the game, bro. That's just how I feel, all right? Now, there's going to be people that heard what you said. They might have a different opinion, Nutty, so I hope you listen to them.
It's all good. That's what's beautiful about the kingdom. We can disagree with each other.
Yeah.
And even the ones that I said I don't care about your opinion, I still love you.
Oh, look at that.
But thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you. See, what an interesting thing. I didn't know that was going to be something we actually spoke about, but it is what it is. All righty then. Good morning, Doc. Welcome to the show. I see you, Selector Bad Ross. I'll see you, Doc. Good morning. How are you? Doc, are you there? Going once.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I thought you had accidentally sent the request. Yeah.
Oh, I was sitting up listening to Nutty, and I took that when I look at this situation with this FIFA player.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Ari.
And for me, I would have to sit it out because I look at it in this aspect. Say if I wrote an exam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this exam question real messed up. They take the exam, and now they done worked really hard. They done worked real hard now.
Yeah.
And they got that question incorrect. But they accepted that, listen, I got this question wrong.
Yeah.
Now, who am I to go back and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you the question. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the point for that question." You can't do that.
Because you're the best student in the class, right?
Right.
They can't do that.
Right. You can't do that. So for me to save my my reputation, I would have to say, I'm gonna sit this out.
Thank you, Doc. See,
I'm gonna sit it out.
You saw Nutty was playing around and acting like it's not on the player to do that. That's what his position was. But I'm with you. Thank you, Yvette. Yeah, I'm with you.
And that's how it should be. And that's how it should be. And that is just like me saying, okay, so I done wrote this question. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go get some type of system that we utilize. I'm gonna go to that system and say, "Oh, system, can you fix this?
Yeah.
Can you fix this?"
Yeah.
That's just what happened with what he did. And that does not make any sense. That makes you the person look bad for even asking that type of question.
Amen. Amen. W, Doc. See, this is what I was looking forward to hearing. Wow.
You can't do that.
Alter ego. Go ahead.
You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for everybody that's in here. Remember that everyone in here has self-respect. Make sure that you keep your self-respect and you do not let anyone
That's right.
dim your light.
Amen.
Because afterwards you're gonna feel some type of way.
Thank you.
So afterwards, if this boy go out here, if he goes out here and he play this game,
Yeah.
his name is gonna always be mentioned with cheating.
Yep. Ain't no
Simple
way
as
around
that.
it. Ain't no way around it. What if that was
And
your
it's
son?
no way around
If
it.
that was your son, what would you say to him?
I would tell him no, not to play. Nope.
But mom, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, mama. Come on now.
Mom, you know what? Once in a lifetime, that's a bunch of crap. Because see, let me tell you something. You gonna play again. You gonna be able to play again. And when you play again, people not gonna look at you the same.
Facts. W, Doc. You see? I know you raising them right out there. That's what I like to hear. I mean, it's integrity. I mean, I would never. I would never want my victories linked to Donald Trump. I would never do that. It's not even worth having.
And now his victory, if he decides to play and win, it's going to be linked to him.
Yep.
A corrupt president. That's what it's going. That's what his trophy or his championship is going to be about. And it looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks bad. It does not look good for the United States because what it's saying is we can't play fair.
Ooh. What do you think about the fact that he's a black man too? That just popped into my head.
I mean, and that
he wanted to get rid of him because his parents are from Nigeria. Trump tried to get rid of birthright citizenship, and now look at this: how the tables have turned.
It's a piece of pawn. People need to understand a pawn. Donald Trump been using black folks as pawns for as long as he came on the scene.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Facts.
He gonna use you for whatever it is. And when whatever it is over with.
Yep.
You gonna be back where you was. So I wouldn't be surprised that this gentleman plays, wins, sorry about that,
Yeah.
wins, and then Donald Trump turn around and deport his parents.
Whoa.
Cause see, he dirty like that. That's how he play.
Wow.
He's a user of people, and people need to recognize that. Anything that he thinks he's going to benefit from, or it will make him look good in the limelight, then that's what he's going to do. And that's a proven fact. We've seen him do things like that.
We sure have. I didn't think about that, but
what I mean, if you think about, look at Rudy. Where's Rudy at?
Yeah.
Where are all of his people at? Where are they? All those people he used. You think about it.
They're in a bad situation. Every single one.
They in bad situations. Rudy is definitely in a bad one.
Motor oil Rudy. I call him Motor Oil Rudy. When he had the...
So yeah, you have to think about how this man operates.
Yeah.
He operates from manipulation, from it's the attention-seeking behaviors.
Yeah.
It's the it's all about me. I'm the greatest. You're the weakest.
Yeah.
I'm the smartest. You're a dummy. That's how he thinks.
Yeah.
But see, that's all part of his mental illness.
Yeah.
It's all part of a cluster B personality disorder, malignant narcissism,
Facts.
as well as psychopathy, which is basically antisocial.
Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Let's go. Let's go. W's in the chat for Doc.
And his supporters, they're leaving, but they ain't leaving. I don't think they really done, because it will be somebody that will come along right behind him and do the exact same thing.
Facts.
And they will fall for it.
Hook, line,
fall
and
for
sinker.
The whole thing all over again.
Yep. There you go. W's in the chat.
So them talking about, I seen the because I had to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them and I'm like, okay, you leaving because why you leaving now? Why you leaving now?
Good question.
Why are you leaving now? What did he do to you? See, it's always have to hit the front door. It has to hit the front door. They have to experience something that he did. So something they were hurt by his actions.
Yeah.
That's why they are leaving.
Thank you. All right, Doc.
It's not a true, if you leaving something that you know is bad for you, you leaving it for specifics.
Yeah.
Specifics.
They won't tell you what he did.
Not only towards you, it's towards other things. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same way, if you think about somebody who drinks alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And they stop drinking. Because listen, they know that their behaviors, their drinking behaviors has caused them to lose jobs, have bad relationships with family.
Yeah.
So listen, I want to do better. I want to do better, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna stop, but in the background, there's reservations that maybe one day I could take another drink, because that thought process is always there. It's that same type of mentality.
Tell him, Doc. Thank you. Now, we're going to get I'm going to bring up some other guests before we get up out of here, but I want to say thank you as always for bringing.
I ain't seen you in a minute, Zeus. I ain't came up.
I'm glad
but
that
I be here. I'm here.
I see you. You're doing an outstanding job. I see you over there cooking and booking as well. You're doing a good job, and keep standing on business out there. We're not going to let people get away with being mediocre. All right?
Yeah.
All right. And that's the lesson this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Doc. And make sure you're giving her a follow. Wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. What a great... See, I didn't know we were going to end up having to talk more about this, but it is what it is. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? Select Badras. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, my brother. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. You said you had something you wanted to say to the kingdom this morning.
Yes, my bro. Man, listen, man. I'm a big fan of football, bro. I know you American call it soccer, but we have to call it football. Right, bro? I live in Costa Rica. This is a football nation, bro. You get me?
Yes.
My son is one of the biggest economy here in Costa Rica, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know this game. I know the game, my brother.
Speak on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Am I wrong or no?
No, sir, you're not wrong. But Natty is wrong, though.
Natty is wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Natty is wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's wrong, bro. You get me? You can't justify that was a reckless challenge. They did not bump into each other, as Donald Trump said. Right? He made a tackle from back. He almost broke the guy's ankle. Right? And this is the rules of the game, bro.
Yeah, I
you
saw
get a
that.
red card. Right? You don't play in the other game. He don't supposed to play tonight. You know what I mean? That's a red card. It is a red card, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want to say
So you
is,
don't think it was a bad call? Because some people have that mentality. The refs got it wrong.
No, it was not. It was not.
And if
Zeus.
I were
It
the
was
player
not.
that got hit, because he did that, I would be definitely saying, "Oh no, that was the right call."
Bro, that's definitely was the right call by the referee, bro. But this to prove to you how corrupted FIFA is, my brother, right? And I'm gonna show you something else that would happen. You know Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Yes.
All right, everybody knows him. In the World Cup qualification round, he get a red card for dangerous challenge, just like what this dude get from the US soccer team.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo was supposed to miss 2 games in the FIFA World Cup. You could look it up. And you know what FIFA did? They overturned his red card as well. Right?
Wow.
They allow Cristiano Ronaldo to play his first 2 games, blood. Right? And he get a straight red card in his last qualification round.
Wow.
That's corruption, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That is corruption. That is corruption.
So, bro, I mean, I know not is American and he want to see the man teams do well, just like everybody want to see their country do well, bro. You know what I mean? But when you make a call like that and then bro, I watch football every day, right? I see people get red card for less than that, bro. Less
than that. Wow.
Even last night in England games, my brother.
Yeah, with Mexico.
Yeah. In Mexico, that red card that good England player get, that is the challenge. Bro, I mean, it's a red. Once the feet is too high in the air, and you know, it's a red.
Yeah.
So what Donald Trump did, bro, this is and he's saying that the president is more famous. No, nobody like this president guy of FIFA, bro. Look it up on the internet. We don't.
Wow.
So, just how we don't like Donald Trump, blood. We don't.
Wow. You hear that? Wow. So,
you know what I'm saying?
What about so you don't feel like maybe the player's not getting a fair shake and that they're targeting him, Folar, and that, this at the end of the day, like Nutty said, he's worked real hard to be in this position, so give the brother a chance.
Yeah, he could get his next chance in the other game, but not tonight. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
He should get his next chance in the other game. If they do beat Belgium tonight, he come back out and prove that he's the star of the team.
Yeah.
Which he is.
Yeah.
But not tonight.
Not tonight. Yeah, that's what I said.
Tonight,
should
bro.
the player make the decision to sit out?
Yeah, if he's an honest person like you, Zeus.
Yeah.
If he's an honest person like you, because I've been listening to you for more than 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
And I've not even one time I heard you tell a lie.
Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Not even one time I heard you tell a lie, Zeus.
Speak on it. That's
You know
hard.
what I mean?
Yeah, let's go.
So if he is an honest person like you, my brother,
thank you.
He should sit this one out.
Morals and integrity matter is what I'm hearing from you, right? And you don't need Donald Trump. You don't need the president of FIFA to tell you to do the right thing. You should be able to do that. And so with that being said, what about the fact that, some people say, I heard Nutty say, black people shouldn't have to always do what you just said do. What do you say to that?
Come on.
Why is it always the black people that got to do the right thing?
Exactly. But the white man do the wrong thing and get away with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know
So
what
do you say to that then?
Bro, what I would say to that, bro, is, we know that we don't say that we black people don't do wrong things at times, but we do the less, right? They do the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you do something which even if you're black, you should take accountability and say, damn, I messed up, bro.
Thank you. That's all I'm trying to say. It ain't none of that all the time. It's about accountability. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I messed up.
Yeah.
Bro, even bro, let me show you what happened. A couple days ago, I take my son to play for to try out his game with a bigger team, right?
Right.
And when he went, the coach asked him, what position does you play? He's a striker, and no one don't want to play defensive football. So he told the coach, I'm a defender.
Right.
Because he want to get into the team, right? Right. And the coach said, all right, play there. But I know he cannot play there. So you know what I did?
What's that?
I don't say nothing. I allow him to play after the game. I pull him aside and I told him, if you do not play your position that you know how to play, I'm going to take you out of football. Right? Yeah. I know you want to get in the team, right? But I would rather you sit on the bench.
Thank you.
And then when you get 10 minutes, you show the coach what you can do because you're playing your right position.
Amen.
Don't make a fool of yourself. You want to play defend, you don't know how to play that role.
You don't know. Amen. See, that's what I want to hear. It's okay to feel very passionate about things, and I understand that. But you know, right is right and wrong is wrong, and the stakes are just way too high to even entertain. Allowing Donald Trump.
Come on, Zeus.
Thank you.
Come on, man.
Thank you.
Come on, bro.
Thank you,
And
bro.
the next thing I want to talk about, because I like how you bring up the football about this, but the next thing I want to talk about, Zeus.
What's that?
I see this BB guy and Fox News. I don't know, it was yesterday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about the people who turned out to the Supreme Leader funeral.
Oh.
And he was saying that they're saying chanting D to America, D to Israel. But what they want these people to chant, they want they to chant more life for Donald Trump after he just boom these little girls in their school. What he want these people to say, bro? Come on, man, make this make sense.
So what you're saying, and I see a lot of folks on the right saying, "Hey, you hear what they're saying?" And that's what they've been saying from the very beginning to justify dragging the United States into this conflict with Iran. Your question is, well, what should the people in Iran feel towards the United States, considering these acts of aggression? And we've taken out their leader. You have Donald Trump threatening to end their civilization. Would it be realistic for us to actually, have a camera show these folks saying, "We love America"?
Exactly, bro.
Who would do
That's
that?
what they want.
Who would do that?
Who would do that, bro? Come on, Zeus. I'm a father, bro.
Yeah.
I know you don't have any kids, but I know you love every children in the world.
Amen.
Just as the time comes, if you should have one, I know you're gonna love that child, bro. Right? My oldest daughter is 20. My son is 16, and now my woman is 6 months pregnant right now.
Congratulations! Wow.
So I'm a father, bro. And look at this little baby. You see the coffins?
Yeah.
You see that little baby? You see that little coffin? That's a baby inside of that, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
A little baby, bro.
So you're saying that they have a right? They have a right to feel the way that they feel towards.
They have a right to feel the way how they feel, Zeus. You gotta respect it, man.
Wow.
You gotta respect how they feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. You don't come at evil and thing, bro. And I saw a pastor. I don't see if you see this clip. There was a pastor coming out talking about America and it's not a Christian country and it would never be a Christian country. Do you all see that clip?
I haven't seen it, but it makes a lot of sense because it's like, well, what do you consider Christian at this point, right? What these folks are doing in the name of Christianity, as far as I'm concerned, is wickedness.
There's a lot of people in the comment section say they saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Juice?
Yeah.
So, bro, man, just keep. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you got a lot of people want to come up, bro.
Yeah, no problem. But thank you.
That's my take for today, man.
Appreciate
it. You know what I mean? And thanks for everyone saying congrats on my new bread in the oven. You know?
Yeah, new bread in the oven. Got it. And you keep up the good work, man. All right, and thank you for coming up here and helping me to show Nutty the truth. All right, he needs to hear the truth this morning. All right.
That's what's up, my brother, man. Thank you so much.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W select.
Yes, sir.
You're outnumbered, champ. Time to go back to the drawing board. I saw Rika say you tore your drawers with her. One thing about him is he knew what he's getting into before he went off and said what he said. So, yeah, if y'all need to go ahead and give him a little more lashes, keep giving him those lashes. Rika. I'm wondering who does anybody agree with Nutty? My goodness. Let's see. Who do we got next this morning, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Donnie, I don't know. Donnie, have I heard from you before? Good morning, Donnie. Welcome to the show.
Hey, can you hear me, Zeus?
I can hear you. How are you doing?
Hey man, yeah, I listen to you every day, bro, and I just don't ever call in. But I was just so disappointed in your boy Nutty.
Oh.
Obviously, he's never played competitive sports before. Because anybody that's ever played any competitive sports or any level would not want to take that kind of offer, especially from Donald Trump. But that's not the way winners want to do, guys. And I'm really disappointed in that dude, man.
Yeah, you're
But
disappointed in Nutty today.
yeah, because anybody that ever, like I said, anybody that's ever had any competitive juices and wants to win on his own accord, you can't take help from a president of the United States to play in something that's competitive. I even wrote on your comments that I'm a huge Golden State fan, Golden State Warriors,
Oh,
and when Golden State was playing Cleveland a few
don't
years
talk
ago,
about it, bro. That's a soft spot.
you know what
Please.
I'm talking about.
Please don't talk about what happened.
Draymond Green got suspended, and I think that cost them that series that year.
Yeah.
But that's just the way the bubble buses, that's the way it goes in sports.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
You're right. I mean, that was a
yeah.
painful time as well out here in the Bay. Wow. But you're
Well,
right.
I'm in
So if
LA,
we
so
had to suffer, if we had to suffer, then yeah, no mercy. If you got called for doing something in a game and you didn't like the way that the call was made, so be it. It is what it is. Yeah, that's the way I live by. And I
that's
don't
the way
want
I live
any of
by
that
too,
Donald
G.
Trump. I don't want any of that Donald Trump aura around me, when I start getting my trophies and stuff. So, yeah. So you agree that the player should take it upon himself to just sit it out at this point, right?
Absolutely. And look, I live in LA for 45 years. I've been a Laker fan forever. It's just like when the Magic got hurt in the finals, when Kareem got hurt in the finals. These are the things that you have to just deal with as a sports fan or a sports person. These things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing hurt me more than when Magic pulled his hamstring that year and he couldn't complete the finals.
Yeah.
And Kareem twisted his ankle that year, he couldn't complete the finals. Those are the breaks of playing sports. So I don't know where your boy Nutty coming from, but he needs to respect that.
See what I'm saying, Nutty? Nutty, you didn't tore your draws in the kingdom today. Out of all the issues he could have torn his draws for, this is the one.
I've never called into you. This is the only time I wanted to call in a lot of times, but I felt compelled today because that dude was so wrong. It woke me up, bro.
Oh man, hey Nutty, you might have to come up here and respond to all this feedback because feedback is a gift if you treat it that way. All right, so listen up, Donnie. I thank you, champ.
Right on, bro. I appreciate you, man. I love you so.
All right, appreciate you as well. Oh my goodness, yeah. Aviators. They played soccer in college. You respect the call, even if you don't agree. I mean, wow. We were supposed to be bashing Donald Trump today. We really were. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see your positivity. Q-Dog. Fellow athlete. As a fellow athlete, you've been hearing what we've been talking about. Do you have an opinion about it?
Nutty, I'm gonna have to say you're absolutely wrong on this one.
Woo! You know what? He brought it on himself, didn't he?
You got to have some decorum and have some type of understanding when it comes to being a sportsman.
Yeah.
You can't just cheat your way to where you're trying to be at. Point blank, period. But I want to take a detour a little bit in reference to this. 6 years ago, they told us to shut up and just dribble.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
These same folks that are marched on 4th of July with their covered faces. No National Guard, no security, no ICE, none of that. They allow them to do what they want to do.
Ain't that something?
And you got to think about it like this. As long as you have an athletic ability, they're going to try to use it to their advantage. Especially with Trump. Shut up and dribble. You got to remember those words that they told to black athletes not even 6 years ago.
Wow.
So to take some type of offer from a person like Trump, that's all he's telling you.
It ain't worth it.
Shut up and dribble. Shut up and play ball.
Wow. It ain't worth it. Wow.
because they telling you how they think about you, and they cheering for you at the same time. But they're not cheering for you; they cheering for their own well-being. Yeah, we winning. We winning. What are you winning?
Yeah.
You ain't out there on that field. You ain't out there on that basketball court. What are you winning? So you have to take a step back and figure out what's right and what's wrong.
Facts.
And he needs to sit out.
He needs to take it upon himself. He needs to shoulder the weight of the burden. He needs to shoulder the burden himself, irregardless of what the president of FIFA says, irregardless of what other teammates say, his mama and his daddy say, Trump say. He should take it upon himself to say, "Hey, y'all, I'm gonna sit this one out."
I'm just be 100 real with you. As a former black athlete, and how they've treated us over the years, generations, centuries, and to actually say, you know what, I'm not gonna put myself on a pedestal to say, look at the big dummy, because that's what they think of you. Soon as you step foot on that court, he's a big dummy. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and kick the ball. That's all we care about you. And move on to the next. And if they do win, guess what?
What's that?
Your whole career has gone down the tubes because you decided to take the easy way. You might as well be out there putting that stuff inside you. You know, the stuff that they used to take people's gold medals and all that stuff for. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The easy way.
Yeah.
If they willing to take your career away from you, let's even put OJ.
Oh, they hate it when you bring up OJ.
You know, that's a whole another situation. But you can't take what that man did for that football team. You can't take away what he did, but because of the situation at hand, oh, you did way too much. No, we're not gonna put you in the Hall of Fame. Nope. You still can't take away his accolades and what he did, but it's back to the same old regiment. Shut up and play ball.
Wow, WQ dog. It's interesting. Like you said, the Patriot Front, they showed up in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. I didn't see any Secret Service going after them. I didn't see Donald Trump post anything. Did he post anything about the Patriot Front?
Yeah, I didn't
He
see
didn't
anything.
say anything
I
about them being communists or anything like that?
No thugs, no thug activity, none of that. Now, why is it that if you're gonna come out there to do what you're doing, why are you covering your face? We know why. Same reason why the night riders came down in the middle of the night, covering their face with them pointed heads.
Wow.
With them sheets with the holes cut in the eyes. We know exactly why. And they allow them to do that with no problems, no equivocations.
Wow.
You know, I made this comment a long time ago, Zeus. Being from Cincinnati when Jerry Springer used to be the mayor, and they allowed the Triple K to come out every Christmas in they pointed hats and in they sheets and put up crosses in downtown Queen City. For what reason? We know the reason, but for why? So they can overshadow what the true meaning of Christmas is saying.
Yeah.
But they want to overshadow it with their own accord. And this ain't nothing new. Just another generation, another decade of idiots that learn from those folks who learned from people before them on how to continue to hate. And y'all call us, y'all say we hate. We orchestrate hate. Who's the real haters out here?
They know exactly They know exactly who they are, and it's not us W's in the chat for
If the Black Panthers came out in drones and whatnot, they would have the Army, Air Force, Marines, and the National Guard out there. Oh, it might be trouble, but you let these white T-boys come with their little faces covered with white cloths in drones. Don't say nothing.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? We gonna get him though. All right,
gonna
bro.
keep exposing it. No doubt, bro.
All right, W's in the chat for Q-Dog. Very good point. Appreciate you. Good points. All right, you know what I say.
We are Trump supporters and support Donald Trump. Happy 250th birthday, America. We love being the worst of the worst and scum of the earth for our dear.
Yeah, that's who showed up. Yeah. They get mad at me when I play it. But I can play it because guess what? It's true, right?
We are Trump supporters and support Donald Trump. Happy 250th birthday, America. We love being the worst of the worst and scum of the earth for our dear leader.
Yeah, W Zeus. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. All right, who do we got? Good morning. Poetivity, welcome.
Hey.
How is it going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
It's busy season,
Yes.
so I'm busy, but yeah, it's going okay. So this whole thing with the president cheating on our soccer team puts, for me, the guy in a bad position because once Donald Trump gives you a favor, you owe him something. And if you don't give him something, then he will destroy your life. Like, he is no turn the other cheek Christian. He is a obey me or get destroyed Christian. Like, he is not a real Christian. And so this guy is in a really precarious position. If he chooses to sit out, Donald Trump takes it as a personal insult and then goes forward with destroying the guy's life, especially if the USA loses.
Wow.
And if he plays and he loses, Donald Trump is angry because, he besmirches what Donald Trump did. If he plays and wins, then he owes Donald Trump even more.
This is crazy.
Like, he is in the worst position because the president and because of who the president is and where he's gotten himself. And it's a decision I wouldn't want to make if I was him.
Wow.
I just wouldn't want to make. I would be mad that the president got involved at all.
Wow. That's an interesting. So you're saying he's between a rock and a hard place in a way.
Oh my gosh, he is in such a bad position. Yeah, he's probably sitting with his family. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's got a family, but he's probably sitting with his family today. Just, I bet he's curled up, like trying to make the decision about either doing the right thing, which would be choosing to follow the referee's call.
Right.
The other thing that bothers me about the call at all and about Donald Trump getting involved is because it was obviously, as a previous soccer player said, it was an attack from behind. And so what you see on the right is a pattern of excusing violence and making it
interesting.
And showing, like with the January 6ers that all got pardoned and the people that he's pardoned, the shrug dealers and the fraudsters and the both financially violent and physically violent people that Donald Trump has chosen to issue pardons to. When somebody gets attacked, like Renee Good or Alex Pretty, they make so many excuses for the violence. Like, like it's fine, and that guy is still walking around free,
Yeah.
and they all are, and it's like that scares me. And as an American, I feel like we all should be against excusing violence of any kind, but this president does it as a way to show his violent supporters exactly what he'll accept from them, and that they're safe doing it.
Wow.
And I just feel like it's a pattern of really bad leadership that is continuing with this choice.
By rewarding people who are engaging in violence, which is what you're saying the Trump administration is doing. It's basically putting us on a path to basically be conditioned to be comfortable with the violence coming from the right. Isn't that something?
Well, in any society, Zeus, you have approximately 10% of the people who are not just, have violent characteristics, but they look forward to the opportunity to express those.
Wow.
And when you have a leader like Donald Trump, who, does things like randomly unalives people in boats, randomly drops, things on girls' schools, and doesn't apologize, doesn't ever address the violence even that we see happening against children in these detention centers that we have.
Facts.
Anytime you have a leader who both embraces and fails to address that kind of violence. When you see pew pew violence, and it ends up even at schools, and it ends up being somebody who was a Trump supporter,
Right.
You don't hear about it on the news. The president doesn't come out and say, if you support me, you don't do these types of things.
Facts.
You never hear him say that, because if you support him, you do these types of things. And when
She's right. Tell him. You've not told one lie.
Yeah, and when he comes out and he excuses the violence that this soccer player did that got him tossed out of not just the game he was playing, but another game as well. When that happens, that tells all of the other soccer players, at least on the American team, you're safe to do whatever you need to do to win. And yep, and he unleashes it. And this president is dangerous. He's dangerous to all of us. Facts. Because if those people that are willing to be violent think that we aren't willing to protect ourselves, then they're wrong. And it's just going to end up being a nasty mess spewed on by one man who is a known P3DO who hung out with the E-files.
Facts.
And according to himself, by his own, I looked into his past and it wasn't so good. It was probably E-files related, this FIFA chief. That's my bet, because birds of a feather hang together, and he probably will do whatever Donald Trump wants him to do. Wow. And then at the end of it, the American team will hand Donald Trump the gold trophy. I'm going to guess it's made of gold. And he will keep it.
Oh my gosh.
And he will just laud himself as having won the soccer match for the United States. Wow. I mean, he is so awful. He is so awful.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. W Poetivity, but you actually bring up a very, very great argument about it. And you know what? I mean, it's a tough situation. And I guess in a way you are kind of honestly looking out for Nutty. I don't know if you caught what he was saying earlier, but if what you described is possibly the situation the player's in, he's pretty much between a rock and a hard place. Darned if he does, darned if he doesn't, I guess.
Yeah, because he's more darned if he doesn't, because then he's going against Donald Trump and spewing the favor that Donald Trump did for him. And if he does that, he finds himself in a more difficult place than even missing that game would ever put him in. I feel for the man, and I feel like it's just really hard to make that decision and to judge whatever decision he's going to make. You don't know what he's facing behind the scenes and what pressure he's facing behind the scenes, and what the president of the United States might do to him if he disobeys. So
fair enough. Fair enough. I gotta consider. I do know that yes, if the player, especially because he's a black guy, tells Donald Trump no, and his parents are from Nigeria, that would probably make Donald Trump very angry.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he couldn't believe he would become unhinged if that occurred, and God knows what Donald Trump would do. So,
Yeah. And would you vote for that if you knew that your parents might end up in these detention facilities where people are having to eat worms and go for days laying on a floor in a steel blanket? I don't know how old his parents are, but would you subject your parents to that just to sit out a game to make a moral point, or would you? I mean, he's in the most difficult place a human can be in, and we all should be
wow.
probably telling
Wow.
what the right thing is, that Donald Trump himself, the president of the United States, should stay out of sports.
Facts.
That's what we need to be saying loud and clear, is that thing.
Yeah. So it's cheating, but it's also a threat of violence towards the player in a way. That's
Towards his parents. I mean, maybe he hates his parents. Maybe he's all good with it and he's gonna play.
Yeah,
but
that would be still bad, even if he did hate his parents, for him to allow that to happen to it. Because you know what, Poetivity, I gotta meditate on this now. As a player, it's in me. I don't need any favors. I'm going to sit it out. But when you layer it with all of what you just described, I got to meditate on it. What the right way to handle this would be. Either way, either way it goes, it's bad.
I think in this United States, where Donald Trump goes against individuals who we know are doing the right thing, it's for all of us to come forward against the president and for that person. It's on all of us to say, this president is the one that's wrong. This president is broken. This president shouldn't interfere. And that player, he should be allowed to do whatever he feels is right. And we just have to keep saying that, because that should be it.
Right.
Nobody should have to obey Donald Trump.
Nobody should. Nobody should. Oh, wow. Well, listen, thank you, Poetivity. That's an interesting perspective. It's a very interesting perspective, and I'm glad that you brought it up. I mean, we're not in this player's position, but we all have an opinion, and that is now something we all need to look into. All right. Some people are probably still going to say he should sit out. I tend to be on that side, but if you talk about, what you're going to do to my parents and putting them in ICE facilities, then it's like, hold on, champ. Let's have this conversation a little bit. Why would you do that? So because you just can't say, I don't care, send them into an ICE facility. You can't say that about your parents. I mean, if you say that, you're heartless, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you got to pray on it. Let's just say that. You got to pray on it.
It's going to take that force more than our own to really get past this period of time.
You gonna do it anyways, Rika? Okay, fair enough. See, they think you're gonna do it anyway.
So anyway, I'm busy as usual these days, but I am going to send you something today because I appreciate what you're doing, and I think that it's worth supporting. And everybody out there, yeah, I do, because I believe in what you do, and I believe in what Takesha does. I love that Takesha makes me laugh through this hard time, and so do you. And you have a lighthearted way of presenting hard facts, and you're easy to listen to, and you take so much time to prepare your show. And so I am going to flood your inbox, and I hope that everybody else does too. Everybody support this bold, brilliant, and handsome man. He's got that
2 V's and an 8.
Yeah, he's got that handsome liberal thing going on, and it gives me hope for men.
Thank you. Y'all see this? Right. Thank you, Poetivity. That's a great way to put a pin in it today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Poetivity a huge round of applause. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh my gosh! All right. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Concludes today's broadcast. So sorry I have to get up out of here. I'm blushing. You all deserve a huge round of applause. Hold on, Doc. You said you had something to say. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Dr. Keisha, come on up here. Oh, we got a couple of others. Okay, hold on. All right. Good.
Okay.
Hey, hello, Doc.
How are you?
I'm doing okay, and you?
We're trying to get up here. I've been doing well. Listen, a quick thing as we're listening about accountability and leadership. First of all, the picture that I saw of the woman on the subway is heartbreaking.
Oh.
And I happened to go into a live yesterday just to support a Black creator. Didn't even know the creator. And there was a nurse on the other side. You know, they were battling. She called me Dr. Black. She said, oh, by the way, they're in my stories, and an ally is sending them to Tizzy.
Wow.
She called me Black. She said that she would never go on a plane with a DEI hire or have a DEI doctor treat her. Or educator.
Yeah.
This is a nurse, you guys. So imagine that she's touching hands on somebody that looks like us every day, and we wonder why there's inequities in healthcare. We wonder why women that look like me unalive more. She said that, she called Kamala. She rides the short yellow bus, so now she's talking about people with disabilities. She said that she wishes, she was telling, rides a short yellow, I know, she fit pro, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so after she said that, she started to make fun of her, and she's like, why y'all can't pronounce things right? Why y'all can't say they and the? Why you have to cut things off? You Black, and then she said you Black people, and she caught herself. But I have them all on there. Check my things. You would be astonished by what this lady was saying. I know in the battles they like to talk stuff, but this was her true thoughts about Black people. And then she said that she didn't. I'm a Temu doctor. It just went on and on and on. But I just sat there and I was like, oh, I just can't wait, because this Temu doctor is about to Temu you, and you're going to have a Temu job pretty soon.
Thank you.
The accountability as a healthcare professional, we need to watch what we say and how we speak, because what she was saying is sickening. It's sickening as a nurse. She said that some Black patients said they didn't want her, not understanding the history of Black people in this, and have every right to say that, the way that we're treated. And she said she cried, which I doubted.
Wow.
And that's why she doesn't care. They can take their DEI hires. They don't want a compassionate nurse like her.
Wow. Wow.
So just go listen to it and share it, y'all. Share the tips. But on the thread of accountability, we've got to talk about this, because I remember a doctor. I don't really care too much for that attending because he was racist, but a patient unalived because the wrong blood product was given to them. And you guys can listen to the post that's on my page. And they, of course, they found out the tech that did it.
Yeah. Everybody
from the bottom to the laboratory supervisor to the medical director of the lab lost their job. So, and you know what that tells you?
What?
That at the end of the day, when you're a doctor or medical director, people think it's just a fancy title.
Yeah.
We bear the responsibility of everything that happens on our watch. And he was not even there. He was not even in the lab when that happened, but he lost his position as the medical director. A person just died at the Air Force Base from flu in San Antonio.
Oh, I heard about this.
Hegseth said to get rid of requiring shots, and 60% of these young trainees who have no clue decided they were going to join the bandwagon.
Didn't I say MAGA? He's going to do everything he can to actively eliminate
all
you.
the information's in my stories.
Yeah.
All the information's in my stories.
Wow. They should have taken the wasn't it like a vaccine for the flu or something, and they just ignored it.
Okay, so I did a live last week, and Swerve came in and he said it, that there is no question. It's a requirement. These are trainees too. These were Air Force trainees. So this was the new recruits coming in to train at the Air Force Base.
Wow.
And this is the first time ever, Zeus, that they were given an option not to take the flu vaccine. So you have a poor leader who confuses people and says, oh, you don't need to take this, you don't need to take that. They don't understand.
No.
They're just following their poor leadership. So 60% said I'm not getting it. Over 270 cases of flu still going on in the Air Force Base. We're still getting it.
Wow.
And as they always say, right, they're healthy. They don't get sick. This was a healthy recruit, or I should hope so. That is now gone from this world. if he does not lose his job because he bore the responsibility, and even unlike the doctor who was not there, he made the laws and changed the rules to have this happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
W's in the chat. It's just unfortunate.
Thank you, Jekinson. Yeah, it's Dr. Keisha, not Dr. Black. But again, we have people that shouldn't have the positions they have, that
Right.
shouldn't be in healthcare, that
Yeah.
are confusing you all to make poor health decisions for yourself. That's going to affect it. In addition to that, they're training. They're supposed to be in training, and all of them now have the flu.
Wow. You see what goes around comes around. They don't understand how important
They don't
science
understand.
is, but I'm glad
If they read
doctors
my newsletter, Zeus,
Yeah.
every week I put out a newsletter on Substack, and I've talked about the flu last year.
Yeah.
More children unalived last year from the flu than any other year.
Wow.
So I don't know what variant of flu they're talking about.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
disgrace. But this is why Black doctors like yourself are very important. I'm so glad that you're always willing to come over here and actually hang in there with us and share out this truth, because a
Thank
lot of
you.
times we Black people do not prioritize the healthcare that we need. It's a difficult topic to talk about. It's very, very personal. It's intimate. But you're doing the right thing, making sure you deliberately get out here and speak about just how terrible and wicked this administration is, especially when it comes to the health of Black
And the ones that
people.
are supporting them.
Yeah.
And when people say they're not racist, what I heard last night in that live proves it.
Yeah.
It'll be like a left versus right battle. But what you see is that the people on that side, the stuff they say goes a little bit too far. And as a healthcare worker, y'all, we have to start exposing them.
Yeah.
They're so foolish. They go online and they talk mess. You can lose your job over this. You're supposed to be a nurse, and you just said that.
Yeah.
You called me Dr. Black. You talked about disabled people. You talked about Black people. You said that we're DEI hires and you'll never have us. I got you. I'm about to
Get 'em.
show you what a DEI hire can do.
Get him. Thank you.
Her face and all, but take care.
All right. Thank you. W's in the chat for Dr. Keisha. Hey, there's no lies detected. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. All right. There you go. Okay. Okay. There you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, hold on 1 second. I do want to talk to, hold on. I do want to talk about this before I get up out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. This is some serious business. This is serious business. Where is it at? There you go. There you go. Okay, let me hit that. There you go. Oh yeah. I gotta talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right, there we go. There we go. My brother Union Gang right here, ladies and gentlemen. How many of y'all can see that? This brother's out here out in these streets, holding it down, doing God's work. Hold on. Where you at, bro? Hold on. I think hold on. There you go, right there. There you go. All right, there you go. Oh yeah. I want to talk about this video, champ. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, this is you out in DC, and you ran up on these
Why the fuck all these fake ass patriots got masks on their face? Why they out here with masks on their face talking about they reclaiming America? Right? So, you triggered something, old man?
Ooh.
Shit, you triggered, bro? That man, hey, that flag hurt your feelings? Get over that shit. Hey, you know how we do. You know what that flag say.
Uh-oh.
Hey, just like the shirt. Fuck ICE, and then in the back it says, you'll never be forgiven. So, hey, straight up, I keep that same energy. They better find out, man. Like I said, I ain't got to cover my face. You see exactly where I'm at, right?
Facts.
I'm live streaming my location right now.
Ooh.
Union Station, the same place where these cowards was at talking about they go reclaim America. Where they at, man?
Where they at?
Where they at? No, fuck you and fuck Donald Trump. Shit, get out of here. You don't even speak English, brother. Fuck out of here. I served 22 years, 11 months, and 4 days. What you do again? What did you do again? What did you do again? You sound fucking Russian, bro. Go do that shit. Hey, ain't the Ukrainians fucking y'all up right now? Right? That's what I thought. Go sit your ass down somewhere, man. Hey, what you see right here, that's called real patriot shit. Real patriot shit. I didn't see you here. Don't give a fuck about Jim Crow Jesus. Don't care about Jim Crow Jesus. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Look at me. I don't give a fuck. You got Nazis here right now. I don't give a fuck, bro. Right? You want freedom. This is motherfucking freedom. This is freedom.
Cooked.
Fuck Trump. This city was fucking never in the fucking even top 30. So please miss me with that shit. Quit watching Fox News. Quit watching Fox fake ass news, bro. Imagine thinking you're making America great by fucking removing combat soldiers, black combat soldiers who had our ass out here. Where was you at, man? Did you suit up? Did you suit up? Because I was out there.
Look at her.
Fucking Cuba 95, Bosnia 96, Kosovo 99. I didn't see you here. Iraq 08, Afghanistan 2013. I didn't see you here. Imagine letting a fucking Christian nationalist walk up in here. I'd be goddamn if I let a motherfucker come up in here and tell me America great while you got fucking pedophiles in the White House talking shit, stealing our taxpayer money, fucking bombing school children with a drunk ass Secretary of fucking War. It's forever fuck Pete Hegseth. He ain't half the fucking man he fucking fired. That general did more shit than everybody in that White House combined. Hey, here they go, man, with that whack ass America First building. Motherfucker cut 400,000 black jobs, man. He got the nerve to put his fucking face
Look
up.
at that motherfucker's face.
It's
on
forever
that
fuck
bitch.
that demon. Yeah, it's forever fuck that
Sit
demon.
down.
Straight up.
Cooked.
Set it on fire.
That's what I say. Burn that
fuck
shit
you.
up.
Fuck a white nationalist, bitch. We built this city.
That's
Better
right.
understand that shit. Black slave hands built every fucking thing you see out here. It's
Show
forever
her
fuck
face.
Trump. Imagine a motherfucker coming up in here with a Confederate flag on Independence Day. Where the motherfuckers at now? Shit, let's get that shit. Well, hey, they found me. They found me. I'm lying to you right here. Where the fuck they at? Hey, tell them to bring that Confederate flag so I can burn that shit again. Tell them demons to pull up. Shit. Hey, I'm solo. I don't need 400 people. Shit, I'm solo dolo in this bitch. Where the fuck them cowards at?
Talk your shit, bro.
W's in the chat for Union Gang. All right, bro. All right.
Yeah,
then.
they caught me coming off that veterans rally. I was fired up, man. Because everyone was tagging me. They said, "You see what's happening in D.C.? You see what's happening in D.C.?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at the video and I see the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was furious.
Thank you.
Man.
I don't know how you did it, man. You tapped into something. You tapped into. I don't know how you tapped it. It's like Jordan in the fourth quarter. What you did out there. Thank you. All I can say is thank you for your service once again, bro. That was necessary. They showed up.
Well, we have to, yeah.
You know, they showed up with those masks on and just disrespected the Capitol like that. And Donald Trump didn't say a word. So I'm glad you said something and spoke out against these horrible, wicked, demonic demons.
Yeah, no doubt. Because we know what they do. Look, they are giving cover to the Confederacy. They've allowed these guys have police escorts in the nation's capital on July 4th.
Wow.
The same people who try to tell you you're not with the Confederacy, but they let Pete Hegseth rename military bases after the Confederacy. They tore down Black Lives Matter Plaza in D.C. and put up a Confederate statue of Albert Pike.
Wow.
And so I'm furious.
Yeah.
As a black man, as a combat veteran, when I see the Confederate flag, that's my mortal enemy. And everything they stood for. They stood for generations of hate. My mama was a slave in that plantation out here in Mississippi because what these demons have done. And that's why it should be an active war. The entire street should be coming for these demons. And so I couldn't get out the vehicle fast enough. Once I got there, I was like, where they at?
Amen.
Where they at? That's it. When they talk about, well, they're looking for you. Good. We both looking for each other there. That's why I tell them to bring that Confederate flag with you too when you come back.
You would.
I seen that's why I showed them. I was like, I was there. I didn't need no crowd of people. I'm there solo.
Thank you.
But I tell you one thing, I really wasn't, because the first time I said I was there solo, other black men start coming from your station and say, you're never alone here.
Amen. Amen.
Because
amen.
That's what I'm telling you. So we're representing for the community and in those streets.
Amen.
Imagine having a Confederate flag, man. There's no defending the Confederate flag, guys.
None.
We know exactly what that stands for. The flag of losers and suckers. The ones, hey, My Little Pony had a longer legacy than the Confederacy. And so, right here, this should have been the standard. After the first Civil War, had we just finished what General Sherman started and building that John Brown energy and that Turner energy, we would not be dealing with the Confederacy today.
Wow.
And as long as we keep letting them fester, they're going to continue to pass their hate down for generations. That's why I went out there and gave them holy hell this weekend.
You did an outstanding job, brother. I gotta say it. And trust me, I speak for everyone when I say thank you again for your service, because we need that. I noticed that as soon as you started telling them the truth, they started to back down and hit that retreat button. You noticed that, right? He walked away with his moccasins
They want to maintain energy.
Yeah.
Because they love the troops, right? I'm like, well, here I am, man. I've been doing this for 22 years, 11 months and 4 days. Where is that thank you for your service, right? Where is all that?
Oh.
Because they use us as props.
Thank you.
Right? It was never about having black soldiers. We knew the real history that black soldiers, we go fight for over abroad, but come back here and retreat like second-class citizens at home.
Exactly.
And that's what just had my blood boiling. The fact that they let these guys walk through the street is a slap in the face that I wasn't going to deal with as a combat soldier, knowing what we went through, the hell we went through out here in these deployments, to let these fools fly a Confederate flag.
Unbelievable.
Like, why is this thing not banned yet?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I was 38 high, as you can see.
Yeah.
Y'all see what about legendary crash out moments?
No, it wasn't
I
a crash out. It was actually necessary, and I'm glad that you did it all within, the constraints of the law like you did. It was very well done. And like I said, you put a lot on their brains, those that were listening to you, and they walked away because they knew they weren't talking to somebody that was new to this. They were talking to somebody that was true to this. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. All right.
And that's why I wanted to come in and holler at you, man. Say,
all right.
I love what you're doing, but we have to get out here and get it in.
You out there really boots on the ground, all right? So thank you. And as always, you will always have a platform over here, champ. Keep up the good work, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate you. Power to the people, baby.
Amen. All right.
Thank God for your support.
We are out of here. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Union Gang. Thank you, bro. I really did. I saw that video and I said, whoa, I got to show we got to talk about this. And I'm glad you were able to make it today. Timing, perfect timing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, Big Zeus does have to get up out of here. I have to go, but I want to give every single one of you who tuned in this morning a huge round of applause. We did it again. Look at that. And we didn't even get flagged. I guess things are working. That's when the show goes the way I like it to go. W's in the chat for Aviator, and we get no violations and things like that. And I get to hear from all of you. It just, to me, that's really what matters the most. Because I hate it when I have to restart sometimes. Let me knock on wood. A special thank you to all of the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. W. Cindy. I don't say it enough throughout the show, but I really do see it, or even after the show, I do see it. Usually when it's showtime, I'm just so locked in on whatever it is that I'm trying to do on my end. I got all these screens going on. You should see what I got. It's a mess over here. But I really do appreciate it. Another successful day. No Trump supporters requested up, which is good because that means we got them on full retreat mode right now, and it wouldn't be possible without you. I really do appreciate it. And again, special shout out to my brother Union Gang for holding it down. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I got to get up out of here. You know the drill. Take care, stay safe, and have a great rest of your morning. Keep up the fight. We're out of here.
What about body?
Hey, big friend.
What about body? Oh,
let's go, she fit. Forever. I see ya. Great show. Marissa Heaven. Millions crossing drugs born. Hey. Where we begin. What about body? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child. Biden and his Trump scapegoat. Powerful lyrics. W. Rika. 13 soldiers gone. Joe at the black. Sing it, ladies and gentlemen. What about Biden? Hey.
Yeah. What about Biden?
Woo! W. Heaven. What about Biden? Red card on the field.
Yeah. Up in the White House, call him Sleepy Joe, cocking every line. Everybody knows stumbling words, can't finish a sentence. Pumping on strings, who pulling the leverage?
Hunter's laptop.
Bullets and deals, trying to cash flow.
Great show.
Pain, influence,
Great cuts.
we out here struggling, pockets
W
settle.
Heavy.
Mar-a-Lago storm, 100 gets praised. January 6th, locking up brands. But
Joe's classified docs in his garage, man. Remember that?
Cancel, energy weak, depending on foes, got $4 a week. Crime in the city, soft on the streets, defund the police.
All right, Rick, you too. I like how Union Gang had him so shook. It's all good, champ. What about Biden? Clean. Dre Cuts. Rico. Keep up the great work. 13 soldiers gone. Joe acting blind. Love you too, Cindy. Steven. Yeah. What about Biden? He brought up Biden today with the red card. Crazy. Yeah. What about him? Right, Avian? Thank you, everyone. All right. I will see you all tomorrow. Same Zeus time. Same Zeus channel.